Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Zuckerman. I am a consultant for NYSUT. They hired me after I retired as a high school teacher who taught mathematics for 35 years. They hired me because I do a pretty good job kicking people in the butt to make them give more money to Vote Cope. Let me tell you what Vote Cope is. It stands for Voices of Teachers for Education and Committee on Political Education. But what it is, it's a pot of money, all right? A giant pot of money that we use to try to gain some political power. Political power in New York State and in the United States and locally is having people vote for the things that you want them to vote for. That's what political power is. We found out, however, in the midterm elections in 2014 that money buys power. Really and truly, money buys elections. And NYSUT is a small player in this. We have $9 million in our Vote Cope fund, $9 million. Now, why am I speaking to you UUP folks today? I'm speaking to you because, and this is tough to hear, you do a particularly poor job in raising money for our Vote Cope pot of money. All right, 35,000 of you, there's maybe 1 in every 5 that are actually giving anything. And those that are giving, it's not huge, okay? 2 school districts, 2,000 teachers, Mount Vernon School District, New Rochelle School District, within a mile or 2 of my home. Those 2,000 folks give more money to Vote Cope than the 35,000 people in UUP. Do they have bigger issues than you? No. Let's talk about some of the victories for UUP, okay? I mean, your biggest victory may have been pension equity to get Alan Lubin, who was a vice president here for many years at NYSUT. He fought like crazy to get that equity for UUP folks that the K through 12 folks had. That is your 3% that you contribute toward your pension that ends after 10 years now, okay? That is gigantic. I mean, people should give money to Vote Cope just to make sure that continues. I mentioned the pension equity bill. That was huge for you guys, okay? Another thing I know that you guys love that happened was the rational and predictable tuition increases, okay? What you call, I think, rational tuition. That was a major victory, okay? So at least there's some funding levels that are guaranteed from year to year. Do you have a wish list as long as long as my arm? Of course. Of course. Would the people that won this election in midterms, would they love to privatize downstate? You know, SUNY downstate, the medical center? Of course. Would they love to stop funding for education in general? Of course. We have a wish list for more funding for public education, whether it be K-12 or university level. We have a wish list for all the things. Oh my God, the endowment that you guys would like. That endowment to guarantee more full-time positions. We are fighting for everything. There's nothing that you want that is not on our agenda. And the legislative lobbying team we have, they are fighting every day right here in Albany to make the things that you want happen. But it can't be done without money, and we don't have enough of it. We found that out in the midterm elections in a way that I think some of us were floored. Nationally, I think that was a tsunami that people didn't see coming. Certainly the pundits on TV didn't see it coming. Races they thought were close ended up not being that close. And that was all bought with political ads and direct contributions to campaign organizations so they could put more people on the street, and we need to do more of that. We're pretty good here in New York State, but we weren't as good as we needed to be. And I am here today to tell you, to beg you to do more for this political action fund that works for all of us. We have a motto that Vote Cope needs us, and we need Vote Cope, and it's incredibly true. I mentioned one thing that I know you would never want to lose. That was the 3%. The 3% that after 10 years you no longer pay. But I have something bigger. It's called the Triborough Amendment to the Taylor Law. In 1982, public employees got the right, it was a Triborough Amendment to the Taylor Law, and what it says is, if your contract ends, then all the terms and conditions of that contract will remain in full force and effect until there's a new one. Now, if that's not worth another $100 a year to vote COPE, I don't know what is, because there are 5 bills right now, right here in Albany, where they want to end the Triborough Amendment. They want to repeal it. What in the world would make the state of New York come to the table with you guys if, when the contract ended, they could change it any way they wanted? The answer to that question is nothing. Nothing would make them come to the table. So Triborough is our holy grail. There's nothing standing between us and Wisconsin other than the Triborough Amendment to the Taylor Law. That is it. We don't have anything else. If Triborough ends, we just close up shop and go home. So we need folks here in Albany to be the keepers of that. Those bills that are here in Albany, they need to remain in the drawers of people who are over there and never see the light of day. So the 3% is money in your pocket. Triborough is your whole life. There's nothing that we have ever lobbied for here at NYSUT. Nothing that you don't want. There's only one thing left. Are you willing to pay for it? This is the payroll deduction form you guys use, okay, right now. It's just a little form, okay? On it, it says things like $1, $2 a pay period. I saw it, and I said to the UUP folks, I said, guys, that's from another era. We can't be asking people for $1 a pay. That's not going to do it. I'm here to tell you something. People have paid your way for many, many years. And it's time for you to pay something back. I think of Vote COPE as food that we all need to eat. And without it, we can't live. That food, somebody has been buying for you for all these years. Now the Koch brothers and the Walton family and all those folks that spend 15 to 1 what unions spend on political action, those people are now buying up all the food. We can't even pay for you anymore. The people that have been paying for you, there's not enough money from them to buy your food. We just found out in these midterm elections that that food's all being bought up by other people with much deeper pockets than we have. But we have 600,000 people, and you're part of that. And we need you to start helping us buy up some of this food. We need every one of you at $100. And if you're a part-timer, UUP person, I understand that. Give $20. But those people who are full-timers, you got to be at least $100. We can't exist with this $1 a pay period, $2 a pay period anymore. That's over. I told you about those 2 school districts down by me. I could mention hundreds of them where people are at $100 a person, $115 a person. In that Mount Vernon school district, I know you're going to cover your head in 1 minute in shame. The security guards in the Mount Vernon School District, the security guards who have never made $25,000 in a year ever, are at $65 a person. And they have been for 20 years. You have some good reasons to give now. You know there are people working very hard on your behalf, and now it's time to help out. Join the team, okay? Vote COPE needs you. You need Vote COPE. Thank you so much.